Welcome to Retire ATL with Aaron Vincent and Matt Decker. Aaron and Matt are part of the team at Vincent Financial Group, an Atlanta area firm that focuses on preparing people for retirement. They're also popular radio and podcast show hosts. And now it's time for Retire ATL.
Adjust that monthly spending.
So when you say when things go wrong, real quick, let me give you that number, 770-741-0120. You're listening this weekend, you're going, that's me. Can I retire comfortably? I don't want to be 75%. I want to be 100% all in on my retirement. How do I get there? With the help from the team of the Vincent Financial Group. 770-741-0120 to take advantage of that no-cost, no-obligation consultation. RetireATLRadio.com. When things go wrong, things. Define things for me.
I think this would be a perfect opportunity to maybe go through our Great Depression stress test.
I think everyone has in their minds sort of like the worst case scenario. And for most folks, it's the Great Depression. Well, my grandparents experienced that, and I remember them talking about this and how much it affected their lives and, just the struggle and the pain and the difficulty that time was. And so it's a good backdrop. So we take them, as Matt's going to share in a minute some details on, we take our clients and stress test them all the way back to that. Like, what if you had to relive the Great Depression in your lifetime? And so it's a pretty significant, peace of mind comes from knowing the facts, the truth, the black and the white, not a projection or hypothetical, but this is what it looks like for your retirement. If this happens, this is what it looks like if that happens. And so, let's talk Great Depression.
Would it eliminate stress if you knew that you lived through the Great Depression and you had to adjust your spending by $600, $700, $800 a month? Like, would that eliminate the stress?
Yeah,
I think for most people, it would.
Hey, your Delta flight's going to make it to its destination on time, but there's going to be some turbulence between here and there. Do you still want to ride? Yeah, I do.
If
okay,
I get there,
make a decision.
They're safe.
Let's give some context around the Great Depression. So we're talking 1929.
Well, hold on. Is there an in-flight meal served?
Snacks.
Again, these are all elements.
Coca-Cola
you
products.
got an Amex? Then yes.
Is there a Sky Lounge involved here? Let's break it down in front. All right, sorry, go ahead.
So we're talking 1929 to 1939. And so the way that we stress test our plans through this particular time period is we assume that retirement starts in 1929. And for some context, between 29 and 31, the U.S. stock prices lost over 85%.
That's like Black Tuesday, Black Wednesday, Black Thursday.
It's all the nasty days there in that Great Depression scenario. Yeah, 85% drop. Unemployment was 25% in 1933. And fortunately, during the Great Depression, there wasn't also inflation. There was deflation. So that might have helped a little bit. But regardless, we run this client, this $1.3 million client, $800,000 in IRAs, $300,000 in Roth, $200,000 in brokerage accounts.
No pension, but
Social Security. We run them through the Great Depression stress test, and we say, all right, you retire in 1929. In June of 1933, so 4 years in, we're calling you, and we're saying, Mr. and Mrs. Client, we've got some bad news. Things aren't going well. That's maybe an understatement. 85%
There's the
drop
dust
in
bowl
the market.
going on.
Hey, things aren't going according to plan, and we need to adjust your spending. And we need you to spend $520 a month less. Can you do that?
Yeah, you were going to be spending $8,300 a month.
Now we need you to spend $7,800. How's that sound to you?
Well, when you call and say, sit down, things aren't going well. I'm prepared for the worst of the worst.
Exactly. Most people are.
Do you do that on purpose? You set them up.
Well, I think it just goes to show you that if you do a good job in planning, your retirement plan should be pretty robust. Like, there are ways to make your retirement plan pretty resilient. We're talking about the worst time period for the stock market in its history, 1929 to 1939, and the biggest reduction in spending that we would need to come back to these clients with would be $520 less per month during the height of the Great Depression. The worst part of the Great Depression. That's, you can't say bulletproof because it's not bulletproof, but my gosh, does that eliminate stress?
Yeah, I think we have to take this situation and maybe we zoom out a minute and just realize the significance of what Matt's describing here. These are clients we talk to every day, these exact situations. Now, can we foresee the next Great Depression? Obviously not. But we're talking about just stress testing things hypothetically, putting it through the ringer so that you know when you make your decision to pull the trigger on retirement, you know what's around the corner, or at least you know what you'll do, determined based on what comes around the corner that you can't see now. And I think that's the whole point of planning. And I love the fact that we're talking about